Welcome to Season 2 of Solopreneur Success Strategies. This is Jane Gardner, and we are going to be talking about home business startup. And we're going to be talking about starting, running, and growing your own home business, whether offline or on. Monday is all about mindset, of course. Tuesday is all about starting a home biz. Wednesday is about selling, sales, and your customer. Thursday is going to be about running your home biz, and Friday will be growing your home business. Saturday is all about putting systems in your business, and Sunday is all about strategy. So subscribe to this daily podcast to help you start, run, and grow your home biz. For more information, go to bo8hb.com. Hi, this is Jane Gardner, and today on Strategy Sunday, we're going to be talking about the process of being a reluctant entrepreneur. Let's say that you have a business that you would like to start, but you're not sure if it's going to sell. The first rule of being a reluctant entrepreneur is don't quit your day job. If it's a product, then create some beta product maybe, or a service. Create a service on a temporary basis in terms of your actual adding any money into the business, and test it. See if anyone is interested. The only way to see if a product is good is to start selling it. So go out there and with a proposal, go out and see if people are willing to buy it. And of course, you've already done your research. You already have knowledge about what the cost of creating the product is before you sell it, so you've priced it appropriately, so you've done all this research so that you know that if it sells, that there may be a positive cash flow to the process. Now, of course, this is always a very tentative time for a person, and that's why I say don't quit your day job. And so all you need to do is obviously put together the service outline. Put together a proposal of what your service would be. Contact some people that you might know who might be interested in the service because you've done your research and you know who these people are, and see if you can sell 2 or 3 units of your service to people. This will not be an incredible amount of money, but it will show that people are interested in the service. Don't sell it to your family or friends because they'll buy it regardless. Go out and sell it to your market that you have already researched and know that they need it. Now, they may not want it, so it's good for you to go out and see if they need it and want it. So you can do this offline as well as online, of course. I had a course that I do on selling that is in beta. I call it a beta test, a beta program. It's a very simple outline of what the program is about, and I mention what the results you can get from the program, as well as what it might involve to actually do the program. And then I go out into the community and do some messaging that will be relevant, discussions, possibly get some engagement and feedback on what they think about the program, whether they think they would be willing to buy the program. And if they don't, and they don't feel it's a program that they want, well, then you go back to the drawing board and find out what they do really want. But let's just say that it is something that they're interested in. So what you try and do, the initial challenge will be to have a positive cash flow of your product or service being sold, and then see if it is going to be something that's sustainable. Before you put a lot of money into marketing or a lot of money into selling it or creating the product especially, go out and see if you can get a positive cash flow is probably the first thing that I would say to you in terms of being a reluctant entrepreneur. The second thing, of course, is don't quit your day job. And the third thing, of course, is to get feedback from the people who you are connecting with, who are customers, who have bought, and see if there's anything else that you can add to the product or service that will be of interest to them. So if you remember that story about the fellow who started Nike, he decided he got fed up with the track shoes that he had in the 1950s or 60s or whatever it was, and he decided he would design one of his own. And he went out to manufacturers and got some feedback from them on the design. He went on and got a few samples, and it took him about a year to get the samples, and he was selling them out of his car trunk at track meets to the athletes, because of course they also wanted to have decent track shoes. So he knew what they wanted, he knew what they needed, and he created something which was sellable. And then, of course, having gone and gotten samples from Japan and getting connections with producers of the shoes, he was ready to start expanding his business. And it became Nike when he joined up with another fellow. So they never started without thinking first whether this would be sellable. They started out with an idea that they knew was needed, that he needed anyway, and then they went from there on a small scale. There is lots of stories of people who have gotten lots of investors and funding to start a business, and then they're out of business within 2 years because they haven't done their research, they haven't seen whether there's demand, and they haven't pre-sold the idea or pre-sold the product or service before they go out there and make a commitment of investors. The first thing is not to get funding. The first thing is to decide and research if there is a demand out there by talking to potential customers and possibly even selling to your new customers. There are plenty of small business, including restaurants, that fail within the first 5 years because they have so much startup costs within the business that they lose money more than they gain money. In the first year of any business, it's very hard to get a positive cash flow net revenue, so that you have to be able to be willing to sacrifice a few things as the owner and maybe not get a salary for the first year in your business, but just cover your costs and see if you can grow. But before that, before you start your business on a regular basis and quit your day job, why not go out and see with an initial product or service, with an outline of your service, see if there's people who are willing to buy it. That's the most important thing, is having positive cash flow, having a demand out there. If no one wants your chili spicy ice cream, then don't go out and try and sell it. Get some feedback first to see if there's any interest in it, and then do some selling, see if it sells, and this will be the initial way to start your business. So I've created a 5-series video series called Getting Your E-Tribe, how to get your group of fans who buy from you again and again. It's at http://jgtips.com/ettb, I think. And it's a free series of 5 videos for you to think about. First, what is your passion and what you want to sell and whether you want to get fans. So see you next time, and I'll leave a link to that free course videos below. Thank you. Well, I hope that will give you some ideas to implement in your own business. And if you want more, go to boahb.com and subscribe.